Oh, hello. My name's Justin Garnett. As many of you probably already know, I think atlatls are pretty much totes rad. One of the things that I think is very interesting about atlatls is how long they've been around on planet Earth, which, as far as we know, is the only planet in the known universe to actually harbor atlatls. When many people describe how long the atlatl has been around, they tend to use fairly wishy-washy and far-flung generalizations, such as, for most of the human timescale, humans have been using atlatls, or atlatls are one of the oldest complex tools which have been used by mankind. Well, aside from that concept, totally ignoring the tools used by womankind, atlatls have been around for a very long time. Although I think you might be surprised to see just how long they've been around in a visual representation. Fully modern humans have been known to be on this planet for about the last 200,000 years. If we take 200,000 years and we divide it by 36, the number of inches in a yardstick, we wind up with 5,555.55 years per inch. Now, this yardstick then represents the entirety of our species' existence on this planet. Okay, so now we're visualizing the entirety of the human existence as 36 inches, where each inch represents 5,555.55 years. Today is set at the 0 mark. The first Homo sapiens are set at the 36-inch mark. Now if we want to go ahead and add the atlatl in here, the oldest known atlatl, the oldest known definitive atlatl, dates to about 17,500 years, which is only 3.15 inches from today. If we want to expand that to the oldest known speculative atlatls, or rather the oldest implicit information suggesting the possible existence of atlatls, well, that pushes it back to 10.8 inches. Still, hardly most of human history. Alright, so atlatls have been around for a very long time on a human time scale, but in terms of deep time, they haven't really been around for that long at all. If we want to expand our scope to the amount of time that hominids have been using complex tools, such as having well-developed flakestone technologies, we push that date further back to about 2.3 million years. Now, if we're going to actually represent 2.3 million years in the same way that we've been representing time as a yardstick, with an inch representing 5,555.55 years, then we would actually, in order to visualize that time frame, we would actually need a yardstick 34.5 feet long. So for most of the duration of hominids' tool use, and for most of the duration of Homo sapiens' development as a species, atlatls were entirely absent. Other technologies were obviously used and preceded and continued, oddly, to supersede the atlatl in many ways. One good example would be sewing needles. The oldest sewing needles are known to be about 17,000, 18,000 years old, although very few among us would say that stitched clothing, such as what I'm wearing, represents a human technology back to the Deep Stone Age, the same way that people tend to represent the atlatl as a tool of the Stone Age. In fact, atlatls are as much a modern tool as my clothing, as this mug, as many other pieces of technology. They have continued to be used in indigenous contexts all the way up until today. Therefore, atlatls are really not so much a relict Paleolithic article. Rather, they are a piece of technology which has survived, endured, continued to be used, and exists within many cultural contexts of our human population on this planet, the only planet in known space known to harbor both atlatls and human beings.